Meanwhile, back with Chen Yuan, 40 minutes had flown by. Feng Minhui was panting and sprawled out on the bed, all tired, and she goes, Chen Yuan, why was this time different from before? He casually propped himself up and was like, different how? Was it stronger? She just kind of mumbled, all shy, and pulled the blanket up to cover half her face. Feng Minhui, all bashful, said, we did it twice in those 40 minutes. Chen Yuan whispered in her ear. Did you like it? Want to go for another round? She sat up, all flustered, asking, Chen Yuan, you can still keep going? He purred. Hui hui, remember how you learned to dance up here? This time, how about you take the lead? She blushed and mumbled, me, on top. But I don't know how. Chen Yuan smiled gently and hugged her, saying, you can learn. Isn't it all about gaining experience in real life? Feng Minhui just softly murmured and like she agreed. Chen Yuan gave her a light kiss, and she immediately turned bright red, calling him a bad boy in a sweet, pre-arranged kind of way. And then, BAM, Shay hopped on top of him to continue the battle. The next day, after Feng Minhui went back to school, Chen Yuan was sprawled out on the bed, all comfy, saying, no classes this morning. I can sleep in a bit longer. Suddenly, he bolted upright, holding a piece of paper and his phone, yelling, wait a sec, that lottery ticket from the system? Gotta check if I'm rich? Chen Yuan tried to calm down as he checked each number, muttering, after the red numbers 3, 4, 14, 22, 26, 27, the final blue number is 1. Got 'em all. Then he screamed, holy crap, 68 million. Chen Yuan jumped out of bed. He threw the blankets in the air, shouting, I won! 68 million! Gotta tell Dad and Mom the good news ASAP. They've been living the poor life for way too long since the company went bust. A little later, Chen Yuan was back home, excitedly yelling, Mom, I'm home. Mom, Chen Yuan, with her hands on her hips, said, you're home, don't shout so loud. Don't disturb the neighbors. He asked excitedly, where's Dad? Neighbors. Get him out here quick, Mom. I've got something important to say. Mom Chen Yuan came out too, asking him suspiciously, what's so important that it can't wait for your dad? You little rascal, did you get into trouble again? Chen Yuan dragged a chair over for his mom, grinning from ear to ear. What are you thinking, Mom? It's good news. Come on, you two sit down first. Once everyone was settled, he held out the lottery ticket and announced, we're rich. I 6 million won. Mom Chen Yuan's face went blank as she asked, son, have you been under too much pressure at school lately? Dad Chen Yuan chimed in, kid, just focus on your studies. I'll take care of the family's debts. Don't worry too much and go thinking about weird stuff. Chen Yuan shoved the lottery ticket and his phone in front of his dad, saying, Dad, take a good look before you say anything else. He quickly muttered and checked each red number on the lottery ticket and on his phone. His eyes lit up as he stared at the ticket, and he yelled, honey, we really won! Mom Chen Yuan gasped. Really? Seriously? Dad Chen Yuan, super excited, confirmed. It really is 68 million. Chen Yuan added, even after taking out 20% for taxes, we'll still get over 5 million. With this money, we can not only pay off all our debts, but our family's life will be so much better. Mom Chen Yuan exclaimed happily, son, your contribution will be written in our family's history books. No lunch today. Let's go out and celebrate our lottery win. Chen Yuan scratched his head, looking a bit shy, and said, oh yeah, I'm a junior now, and I'll graduate in a year. I want to go out and start my own business to get some experience. Dad Chen Yuan was happy to hear that and said, starting a business isn't easy these days, but it's great that you have this ambition. Young people need to hustle. The prize money is yours anyway, so it's best if you spend it yourself. But my personal suggestion is that your mother and I keep some of this money to help you when you fail. Chen Yuan said awkwardly, Mom, Dad, I'll only take 1 million. The rest is for you to keep. Do whatever you want with it. Dad Chen Yuan chuckled and nodded. Okay then, Mom Chen Yuan added, son, go for it. Your mother and I support you. Scene changed to that dude Zheng Jinyong. After the brawl the other day, he pointed to his bruised face and said, Chen Na, you probably know why I called you up here, right? Take a good look. This is your boyfriend's masterpiece. Chen Na replied coldly, Director, I've already broken up with him. We don't have any relationship. You should go find him for your injuries. He was obviously not having it, saying, Chen Na, that's not right. The debt has to be repaid to the right person. If it weren't for you, would I have been beaten up for no reason? Zhang Jinyang looked at her body and couldn't help but have dirty thoughts, like, this woman is so smooth I can definitely get her by using this incident. Chen Na was still tough, responding, what does your fight have to do with me? Besides, yesterday, I said that I had an appointment with someone else. You were the one who insisted on sitting there, he said with a dark face. Enough with the excuses. Yesterday afternoon, you left your post without permission, which meant no one was there to greet the customers in the lobby. As punishment, you're suspended from greeting customers for this month. Wait until you figure things out, then come see me. Feeling wronged, Chen Na argued to the end. Based on what? I already asked for leave yesterday. Hearing this, he burst out laughing. Ha ha ha, good question. Based on what, you ask? Is this your first day working in society? It's based on the fact that I'm the general manager of this store. Everything in this store is up to me. This capitalist logic made her furious but helpless. Zhang Jinyang, on the other hand, smugly thought, suspending her from greeting customers is the same as cutting off her commissions. If she only gets her base salary for a month, that's only 1,200 yuan. Not even enough to pay for her rent. Chen Na finally saw through it all. She resolutely turned around, leaving behind only the words, acting all high and mighty just because you're a lousy general manager? It's just a job. At worst, I just won't do it anymore. Hearing this, he panicked so much that he jumped up and called out, Chen Na, don't leave so quickly. I advise you to think it over carefully. Chen Na was thinking too, but she was thinking about something else. Chen Yuan doesn't look that old, but he doesn't seem like a normal person, and he gets things done now. Not to mention what Chen Yuan wants to do, but just working part-time for him is a way out for me now. This time, she made up her mind. She said bluntly, no need to think anymore. Not doing it means not doing it. Half an hour later, Chen Na's message rang. I've prepared in advance. Do you still mean what you said yesterday? Shen Yuan quickly replied. Congratulations on escaping the sea of suffering and choosing a bright path. You can go take a look at the shops whenever you have time. If there's a suitable location, we'll lock it down. On the other side, Chen Yuan was strutting down the street, and seeing the message, he happily thought, great. It seems that the remaining 30,000 from the investment mission don't need to find another project anymore. He also arrived at the place he needed to go. As soon as he entered, he politely greeted, Hi, Li Xiao. I'm here. Li Xiao was still carrying several boxes on the ground. She turned her head and said, Chen Yuan, sorry to bother you. I have to move my office, but there are too many things. I can't move. I originally wanted to call the class monitor, but she had something to do, so she took leave. Chen Yuan looked up at the shelf and replied, It's okay. I don't have classes this morning. My family doesn't have anything going on right now. Do all of these things need to be moved? Lin Xiao wiped her sweat and said with a smile, Yeah, if it was just moving books and documents, I could do it, but this table and the filing cabinet are too heavy. She walked to a cabinet. But I can't reach it, she said as she worked. Let's take all the books off the shelf first, otherwise they'll fall when we move it. With her limited height, she had no choice but to stand on tiptoe. But then, a strong hand appeared behind her to help. Chen Yuan took the stack of paper from up there. The close distance made her butt touch Chen Yuan's little bird. The two rubbed against each other, causing Li Xiao to blush shyly. Her heart thumped wildly. She thought, Chen Yuan, right now. She remembered the previous incident and reasoned, this time is even closer than last time. Chen Yuan really has intentions towards me. Li Xiao's face turned red, and she asked hesitantly,